Hello and welcome to all my dear little champs of second standard. This is Rohan sir from Mehdi English Medium School. So my dear students, I hope first of all you all are enjoying these days of learning and studying from home, correct? And we teachers are also giving our level best, trying our level best to make the interesting video as much as possible for you all people. So I hope that you people are at least watching our videos. You are, regularly keeping the notes of the videos, and you all are following every video uploaded in your TV and in the YouTube channels. So my dear students, as you all know that in the previous lecture we had started the all new chapter of grammar, chapter number 4. Correct? So let's see what are we going to do in this lecture of grammar. So today's topic is theory part, means the grammar part, the written part, the fill in the blanks and every theory part of grammar. So let us see what is the objective. Revision of previous lecture. As we always do, my dear students, we are first going to revise what have we done in the previous lecture of grammar, right? And then we are going to complete the chapter 4. That is, completion of chapter 4 is going to happen today because only one exercise is left. This is what I will show you when I'll open the book in front of you. And then commencement of chapter 5, that is beginning of chapter 5, which is chapter 5, the new chapter of grammar after chapter number 4. So let's get started. So my dear students, as you all know that we had started pronouns chapter number 4 in the previous lecture, correct? And then I explained you what is pronouns at first, because without understanding the meaning of pronouns it is impossible to go through the chapter, correct? You should at least know the meaning of pronouns. So that is what I explained you that by these examples, correct? I told you that Faisal is my friend and he studies with me. So here Faisal is replaced with he, which is pronoun, and so on. I gave you a lot of examples which are there, the picture examples which clearly depicts the meaning of pronouns. And then further we saw the definition of pronouns. So again let us revise what is the definition, which even if you have not seen the previous video you could easily able to understand what is the meaning of pronoun. So here the word he, she, it, we and they are used in a place of nouns. In a place of nouns. So my dear students, you should at least know the meaning of noun. Yes, noun means any naming word. For suppose my name is Rohan, so Rohan is a noun. If suppose your name is Ibrahim, so Ibrahim is noun. If suppose your name is Shifa, so Shifa is a noun. So the name particularly is a noun, is called noun. Noun in case in short is a naming words. So pronouns are the words which are used to replace the nouns in the sentences. Now, why are the pronouns necessary? This is even what I explained you in the previous lecture. Pronouns, my dear students, is very much necessary to avoid the repetition of name in one paragraph or 2-3 sentences. If you repeat again and again, say for an example, Rohan is very smart, full stop, Rohan is also very notorious, full stop, Rohan is also very much intelligent. So now Rohan, again and again if it is repeated, it is very much it sounds very much boring, isn't it? So to avoid that kind of repetition in sentences or in the group of sentences like in a paragraph, pronouns are introduced in English grammar. So after explaining that, we solved the exercise 1, in which I told you to solve the sentences, like I solved couple of sentences just for your sake, for to explain you, to clear your concept how to solve this, and then few I kept it without solving, unsolved I kept it for you to solve it. Still I will solve one or two in this lecture so as to recollect the memories, what is exactly how to solve it, and etc etc. So if you can see that here you have to circle the pronouns in the sentences. You just need to find out the pronoun and then you have to circle it. So again let me show it to you. For an example, sentence H, you just need to pay attention where my hand is going. So if suppose you see sentence H, Adiraj is full of mischief. He plays pranks all the time. Here Adiraj is the name of a boy. And then in the second sentence, the second half part, Adiraj name is not repeated. He is written instead of Adiraj. As Adiraj is a boy, obviously we are not going to write she over here. And my dear students, many of you make the mistake while speaking in the class, while communicating with your teachers. Even if it is a sir, you say she. Even if it is a ma'am, you say he. So this will not happen if your concept of pronouns is clear, my dear students. So that is why grammar is very much necessary in English speaking, communicative English, because grammar is a kind of frame you put in the photo of English. Without frame, you don't know the finishing of the photo will not come. Similarly, without grammar, the finishing of English will not come anyhow. So here, my dear students, as Adiraj is a boy, again I would say that he is a pronoun for the boy or him. So as he is there in the starting of the sentence, subject part, we use he, or if it is in the ending of the sentence, most probably we use him. So Adiraj is full of mischief. He plays prank all the time. So here he is a pronoun. You have to circle the pronoun he in this particular sentence. So again if I say, let me select the sentence randomly. Okay. So see sentence D. The sun is about to set. It looks like a big orange ball. Now if you see at the first, the sun is obviously the noun, correct? The sun is the biggest star in the solar system. So anyways, the sun is again replaced with it, because sun is not the human being, neither the girl nor a boy. Yes, for the things, for the animals, even for the planets, we are going to use it. So if you can see clearly, the second time the sun is not repeated. Instead of the sun, in the second half part, it is written, so it replaces the sun. So it is a pronoun. Here you have to circle it in this sentence. Similarly, I solved a couple of sentences and then further I asked you to solve it on your own. And then I showed you why again the pronouns are written. If you see the sentence again, I would repeat if you have not seen the previous lecture, so as to make the revision. See, Samira is in class. Samira loves to read. Samira is reading a book on animals. Now Samira. How many times? 3 times Samira name is being repeated. Does it sound good? Not at all, my dear students. It sounds very monotonous to me. Correct? So for that purpose, grammar has invented, the English grammar has included the topic of pronouns for you people to make it sound interesting and precise sometimes. Okay. So it is tiresome to say the name Samira again and again. You can instead rewrite these sentences as Samira is in class, she loves to read, and she is reading a book on animal. Yes? So my dear genius students, now if you have observed that Samira is being replaced with the pronoun she in the remaining 2 sentences. Great? Okay, great stuff. So pronouns help us to refer a person, animal or thing without repeating their name again and again. This is what initially I explained you, and then in the previous lecture we solved exercise 2, 1 or 2 sentences in which you have to replace the noun with pronoun. Like if you can see the second sentence, the sun is a ball of fire, the sun is hot, the sun gives us light. Again here you need to observe which noun is being repeated. The sun, the sun, the sun. 3 times the sun is being repeated. So what do? Simply we need to replace the sun with pronoun which fits here in the place of noun the sun. So similarly, like I showed you in the previous exercise, sun, instead of sun, what can we use? We can use it, isn't it? So the sun is the ball of fire, it is hot, it gives us light. This should be the proper answer in this particular exercise. And then I again asked you to solve the remaining sentences. I also solved sentence D. I remember it very precisely. And let me solve one more sentence of this exercise for you to get it more clear in your mind. Okay. So if you see sentence C, like even if I have done it, but still for just the explanation, repetition, or I should say the revision of explanation, let me just explain you, and I am very clear if you are paying attention in this video, like 99% at least, you don't have to watch second time this video, then the concept of pronoun will be very, very much clear in your mind. I bet that, but only the condition is your mental attention, you should be mentally present here. Okay, so anyways, sentence C, dear students, let me read it out for you. Charu is a happy girl. Charu is wearing a new dress. Charu is going to party. Again, Charu, Charu and Charu. Though there is only one Charu, still we have repeated 3 times. What a headache, sir, isn't it? How can you write Charu, Charu 3 times, and how can you read? More than that, how can you listen to this sentence if someone is speaking? Yes? So, with the help of pronoun, let us make it interesting. Let us replace Charu. Now, Charu is a happy girl. Can you notice? It is clearly said that Charu is a girl. So, what can you put in the place of girl? What is the pronoun you use for girl? For a girl, you are not going to use he or him, correct? That is for the boy. Then what else, students? Think about it. We can't even say it for the girl, because it is used for the things or for animals. Yeah, Charu is not animal, Charu is a girl. So the one who knows that she is the answer, if you have, you are shouting the answers at your home that sir, she is the answer, then you are correct, my dear genius students. Charu is a happy girl, so we need to replace Charu as Charu is a name of girl, we can write she, correct? So Charu is a happy girl. She is wearing a new dress. She is going to a party. This should be the correct answer, correct replacement of the word Charu. Great stuff. So now I hope that you don't have doubts so far. And again, I'm feeling like again and again repeat the same thing, like practice makes one perfect, my dear students. If you expect the A to Z answers from me, I am sorry, I am not going to provide you the answers. This is not going to be the spoon feeding system, correct? You have to pick your spoon, you have to feed yourselves. I would only serve you the spoon and the remaining stuff, correct? So basically what I'm trying to say is, only when you try will you be able to solve it perfectly. Only when you try will you be able to understand the topic perfectly. Great. Okay, let us move on to the next exercise. Okay, so our exercise number 3 is, Gina has written a letter to her friend Suman from Goa. So fill in the blanks using the suitable pronouns. Now you need to observe the letter carefully. You need to observe whether it is a thing, girl or a boy, and accordingly you have to place the pronoun in the empty blanks given here. Correct? The format is different, my dear students. Not to worry, the format is different, but your knowledge, you have to use the same thing whichever you have got from the above lecture, the above part of the lecture, or I can say that the previous part of the lecture. Okay, here 36 Mall Road, Rishi Enclave, Goa 40311, that is 110. 19 August 2020, that is 2020. Okay, this is the address. We have nothing to do with this address. Okay, so this is in the box. If you can see, my dear students, the address in this the letter is in the box, correct? In the white page we have drawn the box. Okay, so anyways, we need, our attention should be here in the empty boxes, empty blanks. Again, I am not going to provide each and every answer of all the blanks for you. Anyways, dash am so excited to be in Goa. So what could be the answer? I am so excited to be in Goa. This is what Gina is conveying to Suman. See, dear Suman means this letter is written to Suman from Gina. Gina, who is enjoying at this time in Goa. She is writing every single stuff, every adventure she is taking in, she is enjoying in Goa. So Gina, so you have to think from Gina's perception, Gina's point of view, correct? As for suppose you are Gina, though you are not Gina, but you have to think alike. Okay, so Gina says that I am so excited to be in Goa. So I is the pronoun, the personal pronoun, like I said, you have to use it over here. So dash is a lovely place. So you are talking about Goa, right? The Gina is talking about Goa. So for Goa, what will you use? He, no, she, no. What can we use? It, correct? So it is a lovely place. So if we are replacing Goa, we are replacing the noun Goa with pronoun, we have to use it. So I am, see, I am not writing the answers. Your sir is very clever, because if I'll write the answers, what do? You just take the screenshot and you copy down the answers. No. So I want to see, only when you understand the answer you will be able to write. So I want to see how many of you understand it and complete your book accordingly. So for that you have to watch the video very carefully and you listen it at the same time very carefully. So I am so excited to be in Goa. First sentence, and then again we need to replace Goa because dash is the lovely place. So obviously Gina is talking about Goa. So if we want to replace Goa, we can put it, because Goa is a place. So it is a lovely place. Correct? There is so much to see and do. Anmol and Megha are enjoying the seaside. So here Gina is not alone. Anmol and Megha maybe are her friends. So Anmol and Megha are enjoying the seaside. Okay, I would like to show you the picture first. If you can see, in Goa they are making the castle, or castle, whatever you say in your language. So they are making the castle. You know, students, it is very much joy, very much fun to make the houses and different buildings out of this mud, correct? Wet mud actually. So see the scene of Goa, how they are enjoying playing with the balls, correct? So let's get back to the topic. So dash get into the water every morning. Dash get into the water. See, they all are getting into the water. So if first person plural is there, what do we use? See, I told you the answer. What do we use? Correct? So we is the answer here. We get into the water every morning. Obviously, if they are in the Goa, they are going to get into the water. Okay. Let's not discuss these two. This I will keep for you. I solved 3 FB. Now you are going to solve the remaining 2 in the homework. I am going to share the PDF file of the textbook as soon as possible. Correct? So this was the end of the letter, and also with the letter this was the end of the lesson of pronoun. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and we are just going to start with the new lesson. My dear students, the name of the lesson is verbs. And if you are comfortable with the lesson of pronoun, I tell you that the lesson verbs is going to be easier compared to the lesson of pronoun. Okay, so let's see how can we start this lesson, chapter 5, verbs. So first of all, you need to understand the meaning of verb, right? So for that, we need to do the warm-up exercise. Okay, warm-up. Match the doing words with the correct pictures. So what are they doing? You have to guess, you need to recognize, and then you need to put this word correctly. You need to match that word. So here again, I'm not going to draw the lines because you again are going to copy. I know that. So here I'm just going to give the hint, tell you the correct answer, that's it. And then if you have observed this lecture carefully, you might have, if you have observed the lecture carefully, you might be able to write the answers perfectly. Okay. So what are these soldiers doing? If you can see, what do you call if you walk like the soldier with the, straight hands and erect body, and with a stiff body? If you walk like the soldiers, left, right, left, left, right, left, what do you call it? Yes, have you seen any time like this? I have seen. So exactly, those who are shouting the answer at their home, let me tell you, marching is the correct answer for this picture. The soldiers are marching. Yes, you might have heard this word, march past. Correct? So left, right, left, left, right, left, and the drums are going on and the commands are going on. So this is called marching. Okay. So what are these kids doing, my dear students? Don't you think that these kids are doing as you do at your home? Yes, on your beds, on the floor, on the ground. What do you do like this? You jump. Exactly. So jumping is the correct answer for this photo. So the kids are jumping, isn't it? Great. So what is this lady doing? See carefully. Can you see the cupcakes over here? So what do we do with the cakes? Do we boil the cakes? No, we don't boil the cakes. Come on. Then what else do we do? Do we fry the cakes? No, I have never seen the cakes being fried in the bakery. See, somewhere I gave you the hint. I have never seen the cakes being fried in the bakery. So why this name is there, bakery? Because we bake the things. Most of the things are baked over there. So baking is the correct answer. So she is baking the cupcakes, right? Okay. Now, what about the woman in this picture, in the orange chair, in the brown chair, sorry, if you can see? What is she doing with the 2 sticks, 2 needles in her hand? She is doing. Yes, she is making something with the cloth. So it is called knitting. See, if the 5th option, it is called knitting. She is knitting the sweater, maybe. Correct? So this way you need to understand the actions they are doing. So the actions, my dear student, is the verb. What is the verb? Verb means nothing but an action. Singing is the action, marching is the action, jumping is the action, knitting is the action, baking is the action. Every single action you do is a verb. So again, let me tell you, knitting is verb, baking is verb, marching is verb. So action in short is a verb. I hope I am very much clear to you all. Now you should know what is verb. So for that again we will read the definition. These doing words are these words are the doing words. Correct? They are doing something, some other thing. So students, even if you are sitting, it is a doing word. That you are sitting, correct? Stationary, but it is counted as doing word. So they tell us that what someone or something does. Doing words are called verbs. That means action words are called verbs. I hope this definition and examples are clear so far. Then we will move on to exercise number 1. So heading of exercise 1 is use the picture clues given below to fill in the blanks with the verbs given in the box. What do we have to do? We have to use this picture clues, like the blanks are there particularly, we have to fill that space of the blank. We don't have to keep it blank, we have to fill that blank space using this picture clues. Correct? The clues are given in the form of picture for you to understand and to fill the blank, right? And then you have to fill the blanks with the verbs given in the box. So the blank space is given, the pictures are given for the clue. Along with that, the verbs are already given in the box. You just have to choose the word from the box. Okay, so let's solve this exercise, and then after solving it we will end our today's grammar session. So here is the first picture. Riya dashed her room tidy. So if you can see that Riya is cleaning everything, placing everything at the perfect place. So Riya dashed her room tidy. Tidy means clean. We don't put the things here and there, we put it at the proper place. Correct? So Riya is, what she is doing, see, she is keeping the teddy bear in the cupboard after playing with the teddy bear. So Riya, what can be the answer? Drives? No. We cannot drive the room. We cannot rent the room. We cannot even sell the room. What could be the answer? Keeps. So Riya keeps her room tidy. Correct? So she daily cleans her room properly. So keeps is the answer for the first blank. So Riya keeps her room tidy. Similarly, here if you can see this picture, see a boy and a girl, a brother and a sister, what are they both doing? The children dash every day. What are they doing? They are reading? No, they are not reading. We can't find any book in their hand. So what are they doing exactly? They are helping? No, they are not helping. They are enjoying. Can you see any tension on their faces? No. So what exactly are they doing? They are swimming, correct? So the children swim every day. As children is plural, we don't use swims, we use swim. Already plural is there. So the children swim every day, correct? So this way you are going to solve the remaining exercise of chapter 5, exercise 1. Because you know that I am not going to provide you every answers, but yes, in the next lecture, obviously when I revise the same topic, I will solve 2-3 more blanks related to exercise 1. So not to worry, correct? So still if you have any doubt, you know that you are free to ask me the doubt between 5 to 6 in the evening only. Okay, so we solved chapter 4 entirely, merely we solved chapter 4, and then we moved on to the chapter 5 verbs. I explained you what is doing word, what is action, what is verb in short, and then we ended up solving 1 or 2 pictures of exercise number 1. So I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. I hope that you are going to try to solve it on your own, and you are going to really work hard at your home watching this video lecture. Lastly, stay home, stay safe. Goodbye, my dear students.